Welcome to the kitchens of Rizzo's Malabar and Restaurant here in Crabtree. I'm Rizzi DeFabo, and I'm going to be demonstrating a few recipes from my book called Cooking with Rizzi. They're all recipes used here at Rizzo's Restaurant, and today we're going to be making our famous eggplant parmesan. We're going to be topping the eggplant parmesan with our traditional spaghetti sauce. Okay, we're going to get started. We have eggplant. We're going to peel and we're going to slice it down and we're going to bread it. But always choose eggplant that is green on top, firm, and heavy to the feel. You don't want soft eggplant or eggplant that is light in weight. Okay, so we're going to start out with about 2 to 3 large eggplants, totaling weight about 2 pounds. We're going to slice the eggplant down, clean it. Here at the restaurant, everybody always asks us if we salt the eggplants, weigh the eggplant down to take the bitterness out, but we just simply hand bread it fresh every day. If you come into the restaurant at 3 o'clock in the kitchen here, this is what we're doing. We're breading the eggplant for you at fresh. I'm going to peel this off. Taking just the skin off of the eggplant. Many people leave the skin on, but we take it off. Continue to take all this off. We've bred about 26,000 slices of eggplant a year here at the restaurant. We're going to slice them down about 1 inch thick. And there we go. Taking it all off. Make sure there's not a lot of blemishes on the eggplant or they're soft. Always choose a firm eggplant. Okay. Continuing here to the last one. If you cut the eggplant and you can feel the seeds, we usually disregard it. If you can feel the seeds with your hands, if they're nice and tucked into the flesh of the eggplant, that is much better. They're not quite as bitter. Okay, just going to push all this to the side here. Make sure we get our knife out of there. I'm going to cut this down about 1 inch, like I said, just like that. See how nice and not dark and not brown the inside is? That's a nice, it won't be very bitter. If it's dark or very seedy, we just disregard it. About 1 inch. Go. Slicing down. Okay, now I'm going to push all these to the side, and we're going to first put the eggplant into some beaten eggs, and then we're going to put it into some cracker crumb here. The cracker crumb you could purchase at the store. It's usually in the seafood department. It's cracker meal that you can buy like around where they have the shrimp and things like that to bread your seafood. Crack some eggs here to a bowl. Just like that. Messy here. All right, we're going to beat these up. Set the eggplant in each one, shaking off the excess. Egg. Bread each one individually. Just set the eggplant right into the egg, turning it around to cover both sides, all the sides of the eggplant. Take a little excess off with your hands like that, put it into the cracker crumb, and just keep going until all the eggplant is breaded and egged. We're going to go right like this. Just make sure all sides of the eggplant are covered with the cracker crumb. One right after the other. We're going to continue until all the eggplant has been breaded. Okay. Remember, don't use seedy eggplant. Don't use eggplant that is soft or has a lot of blemishes, and the tip of the eggplant should be green. could bread the eggplant earlier in the day if you wish. If you're having a company over, you can bread it maybe about an hour or 2 hours before you go ahead and fry it. It's going to take, it's not going to be, it's going to be a little bit softer because the eggplant is going to bleed out some moisture. You'll need about 2 to 3 cups of the cracker crumb for coating all the eggplant. And you'll need about 3 extra large eggs. Okay, we're going to get ready to fry the eggplant. We're going to get some vegetable oil. Get our skillet going here. This is my favorite Rizzo skillet. It's older than I am, but it works. It's well seasoned. I'm going to go for about 1 inch of regular vegetable oil to fry the eggplant in. There we go. We don't use any peanut oil here at the restaurant. Many people ask about us frying in peanut oil. We use pure vegetable oil. We're going to get that hot, and we're going to go ahead and, while that's warming up, we're going to get our Rizzo's Malabar in spaghetti sauce, and we're going to warm that up for the top. We're going to get 1 jar. You'll need 1 jar to coat the top of the pan. Okay, get this opened up. Pour it in there. Get our burner going. Keep a stir on that. The eggplant started here at the restaurant, began in 1935, okay, right here at the present location in Crabtree. Eggplant, however, came to the menu several years later. It wasn't one of the original recipes that we started out with here at the restaurant, that my great-grandparents started out with. It became later, around the 1970s, was added to the menu, and people to this day say that we have the best eggplant anywhere around. And that's why they always ask if we salt it, do we put weight on it? Many people put it in a colander. No, we don't do that. We just simply bread it like we did, fresh every day. And we're going to wait for this to get hot, and we're going to fry all the eggplant in one single layer. Do not overlap the eggplant in the skillet. Make sure that it stays in a single layer. You don't want to put too many in the skillet either, because it'll cool the temperature of the oil down, okay? And then the oil will get absorb into the eggplant instead of frying it nice and crisp. Many people, there's all kind of Parmesan dishes out there. There's veal Parmesan, eggplant Parmesan, zucchini Parmesan, meatball Parmesan. And they're all on our menu here at the restaurant, but this is our most popular Parmesan dinner, along with our veal Parmesan as well. A few more minutes for that to heat up. This out of our way. Keep a simmer, stirring our sauce here. This Rizzo's Malabar in spaghetti sauce is our most famous sauce in the grocery stores. It's the one that we use here. You'll find it in the store with a green label. It's right here. It's the green label sauce you'll see. Rizzo's Malabar in spaghetti. We also have a traditional marinara, which is chunky. We have a tomato basil, and we also have a 3 cheese, which is made with Parmesan, Asiago, and Romano. Okay, so this is the one that we are going to feature today on our eggplant Parmesan. Let's see if our oil's hot enough here. One way you could test the oil, just as my grandmother's way of doing it, back before they couldn't afford a thermometer to check their oil temperature. They would simply turn the wooden spoon upside down like that. If it sizzled around the spoon, it was hot enough. If not, they waited a few minutes longer. But I think we need to wait just a few minutes longer.